What Marc Márquez's crew chief at Gresini Ducati, Frankie Carchedi, predicted for the 2024 season is finally coming true. Carchedi, who guided Joan Mir to the 2020 MotoGP World Championship, lost his job when Suzuki withdrew from the series at the end of 2022. He then joined Gresini Ducati in 2023 to work with Fabio Di Giannantonio. As a crew chief, Carchedi had full access to understand how the Desmosedici works. From the beginning, he was amazed at how Ducati's bike could generate massive torque while exiting corners without losing traction. During the 2023 preseason, he even remarked, "If Marc ever gets on this bike, no one will be able to catch him." However, at that time, he had no idea that 9 months later, he would be working alongside Márquez in the 2024 season. Despite this, Márquez did not immediately dominate last year. His Gresini GP23 was not well suited to Michelin's latest rear tire, making his season a struggle. The same issue affected fellow GP23 riders such as Alex Márquez, Marco Bezzecchi, and Di Giannantonio. However, among them, Marc performed the best, securing 3 Grand Prix victories. A year of riding a bike that didn't fully match his preferences forced Márquez to adapt, ultimately helping him improve. This was evident when both he and Alex Márquez first rode the GP24 during the Barcelona test at the end of last season. They were instantly fast and, more importantly, comfortable with the bike. Compared to the GP23, the GP24 felt significantly easier to ride. This is one of the main reasons why the Márquez brothers dominated the first 2 rounds of the season. Marc took pole position and won both the Sprint and Grand Prix in Thailand and Argentina, while Alex consistently finished second behind him. This situation poses a serious threat to their rivals. What's even more concerning is how effortlessly Marc and his team are making it all look. Even Márquez himself finds it amusing. He mentioned that they have been using the same bike setup since the start of the season, and it continues to deliver optimal results. Carchedi's prediction has come true. When a bike performs well, the time usually spent fixing issues can instead be used to further enhance its strengths. For Marc, this means fine-tuning the electronic mapping of the engine braking to better suit his riding style. Currently, engine braking is a critical factor in performance, as riders rely on the immense grip of the rear tire to assist with braking and corner entry. However, as Pecco Bagnaia has discovered, finding the right balance in this aspect is extremely challenging. Marc has suggested that Alex will be able to beat him in some races this season, even calling his younger brother his main title rival. He has always praised Alex, describing him as a diesel engine compared to his own gasoline engine, meaning Alex takes longer to reach his peak speed but remains consistent. At Termas de Rio Hondo, Alex was closer to Marc than ever before, finishing just 1.3 seconds behind, with an average gap of 0.05 seconds per lap. However, Alex lacks the support of Ducati's top electronic engineers, which Marc enjoys. Still, he wasn't fast enough to defeat Marc in terms of outright speed or strategy. Márquez allowed Alex to lead for most of the race, forcing him to wear out his tires. As the tires degraded towards the end, Marc grew stronger and effortlessly reclaimed the lead. Apart from the Márquez brothers, Franco Morbidelli also delivered a remarkable performance in Argentina. After 4 difficult years, he finally returned to the podium for the first time since May 2021. Morbidelli has always had talent, but in recent years, he struggled to translate it into results. His move to the VR46 team seems to have revitalized him, with immediate results: 4th place in Thailand and a podium finish in Argentina. On the other hand, Pecco Bagnaia endured another disappointing race. The 2-time world champion was once again beaten by satellite team riders, including Morbidelli and Alex Márquez. Worse yet, he was significantly outperformed by his teammate Marc. This situation not only affects the championship standings, but also his position within the Ducati team. In the battle for the attention of Ducati's engineers, it's becoming clear who Gigi Dall'Igna prioritizes. Bagnaia admitted he is struggling with rear tire control during corner entry. This issue has led him to consider reverting to last year's bike specification for the next round in the United States. Since the beginning of the season, both Bagnaia and Márquez rejected Ducati's full GP25 package, opting instead for what they called the GP24.9. However, after his poor performance in Argentina, Bagnaia might request the full GP24 setup for the next race. Once again, Argentina was a race dominated by Ducati, with 5 Desmosedici riders finishing in the top 5. Honda emerged as the biggest surprise, with Johan Zarco securing the manufacturer's first front-row start since Márquez's departure. Zarco came close to securing a podium in the sprint and ultimately finished 6th in the Grand Prix, just 7.5 seconds behind Márquez. Honda's pace has improved significantly, with the bike now performing better in braking, acceleration, and corner exits. While it still lags behind Ducati and KTM in straight-line speed, Honda has drastically reduced its average lap time deficit compared to last season. Meanwhile, Yamaha continued to struggle. Alex Rins finished 12th, Jack Miller 14th, and Fabio Quartararo 15th after being caught in Bezzecchi's crash. This further emphasizes that Yamaha urgently needs to accelerate the development of its V4 engine if it hopes to compete with Ducati. KTM is still battling severe vibration issues and rear traction loss. Pedro Acosta, who finished 9th, highlighted how challenging it was to manage rear grip on the KTM. Aprilia also endured a miserable weekend. Marco Bezzecchi crashed out in the first corner, while rookie Ai Ogura, who initially impressed by finishing 8th, was later disqualified due to a minor ECU software violation. Ducati continues to assert its dominance early in the 2025 season, but Honda is beginning to show promising signs of resurgence. Meanwhile, Yamaha and KTM still have a long way to go in resolving their respective issues.